If Zapier is showing a 403 error, don't worry. In this video, I'll show you the quickest way to fix it step by step, and I'll also show you what to do if you need to regenerate a webhook and check Zapier's system status. This is a simple troubleshooting guide, so whether your connection stopped working, your app lost permission, or your webhook needs to be refreshed, you'll be able to get back on track fast. If this video helps, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy software tutorials just like this. Alright, let's get into it. First, go to your Zapier Connected Accounts page. This is where Zapier keeps track of all the apps and services that are currently linked to your account. Once you're on that page, look for the app that is showing the 403 error. Usually, this means Zapier no longer has the proper access, or the connection has expired, been revoked, or simply needs to be refreshed. When you find the app causing the issue, delete the connection. This removes the broken or outdated access so you can start fresh. After that, connect the app again. In many cases, simply reconnecting the account will fix the 403 error immediately, because Zapier will ask for permissions again and rebuild the connection properly. Now, if the error is related to a webhook, the fix is a little different. In that case, you'll need to generate the webhook again. To do that, click Create. Then select Zap Workflows. After that, add the trigger step. Click Trigger, then search for Webhooks by Zapier. Select Webhooks by Zapier from the list, and then choose the webhook event. Next, click Trigger Event and select Catch Hook. This is the option you want when you're waiting for incoming data from another app or service. Once that's selected, click Continue. Now you'll be taken to the webhook configuration screen. If Zapier asks for a child key, enter it only if it's required by the app you're connecting. If you don't need to filter the data, leave it blank so you can receive the entire payload. After that, click Continue again. At this point, Zapier will generate a new webhook URL for you. Locate that URL and click Copy. Then paste the URL into your website, app, form, or any other service that needs to send data into Zapier. This new webhook link replaces the old one, which is often what you need when a previous webhook has stopped working or started returning errors. Once you've done that, it's a good idea to verify that the issue isn't on Zapier's side. Go to status.zapier.com and check the current status. This page will tell you if Zapier is experiencing any outages, delays, or service problems that could be causing the 403 error or preventing your webhook from working properly. So, to recap, if you're fixing a Zapier 403 error, first reconnect the broken app from your Connected Accounts page. If it's a webhook issue, recreate the webhook, copy the new URL, and paste it into the connected service. And finally, check Zapier's status page to make sure everything is running normally. If this guide helped you out, please give the video a like and subscribe for more step-by-step Zapier tutorials and troubleshooting tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.